Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Envisioning a Gigabit Future. Welcome. My name is Mike Bradshaw. I'm Executive Director of the company lab, and it's my honor to serve as your MC today, this morning. And as such, let's just go ahead and get it started and welcome to the stage the Executive Director of Next Century Cities, Deb Sosha.
Thanks, Mike. It's wonderful to be back in beautiful Chattanooga. Next Century Cities is pleased to be able to partner with Southeast Tennessee Development District to bring you today's event, Envisioning a Gigabit Future. Next Century Cities is a new public interest initiative having just launched shy of a month ago. We support community leaders across the country as they seek to ensure that all have access to fast, affordable, and reliable internet. We are 48 cities strong, and we all agree that next generation broadband is necessary infrastructure. We also agree that there's no one right way to get there. In fact, we believe there are probably as many pathways as there are cities. We have 6 principles that all our cities support, one of them being that high-speed internet is necessary infrastructure. We also agree that the internet is nonpartisan, that high-speed internet is a community-wide endeavor, that meaningful competition drives progress, and that collaboration benefits all. One last principle states, cities must enjoy self-determination. Some will, as Chattanooga and Wilson have done, build their own networks. Others, like Austin and Kansas City, will partner with Google or other private partners, and still others will partner with small, independent partners. We support and celebrate whatever method will result in the availability of fast, affordable, and reliable internet. Very quickly, we are becoming a country of haves and have-nots based on the speeds that we can provide. Businesses move to those cities where next-generation broadband is available and move away from those cities that have slower speeds. Brave leaders across the country are standing up and figuring it out. We applaud and support those leaders for their efforts to improve the quality of life for those who live and work in their communities. By providing our cities with the opportunity to collaborate, to share best practices, and to elevate their good work, Next Century Cities strives to be a supportive partner in this effort. This work is really difficult, which any of our partners can tell you, but it's worth it. Having the opportunity to impact economic development, education, healthcare, transportation, real estate prices, public safety. Yes, it's really worth it. While most U.S. cities can only imagine having truly next-generation broadband, Chattanooga and a handful of cities are already living the gigabit experience. Here in this city, you can see what happens when the economy is energized. The community is engaged, the learning is elevated, and the opportunities abound. There's a vibrancy here that has come through hard work, much of it envisioned and accomplished by the people in this room. But cities like Chattanooga should not be isolated islands across our national landscape. Today you'll hear from community stakeholders from across the country who will talk about why this infrastructure can and should be a much more prevalent feature of life across the country. You'll also hear from leaders from across the region who will describe how Chattanooga's innovative network can actually anchor opportunity and prosperity for surrounding towns and communities. It's this opportunity to build from innovative and thriving communities to innovative and thriving networks and regions that makes us especially honored to be co-sponsoring this event today with Southeast Tennessee Development District. The SETDD is comprised of municipal and county governments within southeastern Tennessee and northwest Georgia. They provide and share a staff to effectively plan, promote, and implement programs that result in the development and improvement throughout the southeast region of the Tennessee River Valley Basin. And later today, you'll hear more from SETDD's Visionary Executive Director, Beth Jones, about why expanding this infrastructure is such a crucial opportunity for the region, as well as what failure to expand this network may cost the surrounding communities. In addition to Beth, you'll hear from an amazing group of speakers who can share the value of having next-generation broadband. You'll hear from public and private stakeholders, from diverse communities, and from different perspectives. Not everyone will agree with each other, but I know it promises to be a rousing and inspiring conversation. To start us off this morning, we welcome Chattanooga's Mayor Andy Berke. Under his leadership, Chattanooga has leveraged their Gigabit infrastructure to focus on startups and the creation of an innovation district. This city, with Mayor Berke's encouragement and support, has undergone an amazing transformation. Mayor Berke.
Well, it's my honor and pleasure to welcome you to Chattanooga, the home of the fastest, cheapest, most pervasive internet in the Western Hemisphere. That's something that I never get tired of saying, and to call Chattanooga the best at anything is something that we should all be proud of in this room. And so let me start out by saying thank you to a number of people in this room who've made today happen, starting with Harold DePriest and the entire crew at EPB. You know, the journey to here began 5+ years ago, and so for us to be here is really phenomenal, and we thank EPB, as well as we thank Next Century Cities. The work that Deb has done on digital equity and now on expanding broadband for our country is terrific. We thank you, Deb, for holding the first hearing here, as well as Beth Jones and Southeast Tennessee Development District for making sure that they participate in all of our areas involved, and Senator Janice Bowling, who is championing this cause in the Tennessee State Legislature. So thanks to all of you. You know, I grew up in Chattanooga, and the place that I grew up in would never be a city that you said was the best of anything. I saw a city in decline as I grew up. And so in the 1980s, as I left Chattanooga, I thought to myself, well, that downtown is a great place to take a date because you can be alone. And I am never going back there. And here I am today, proud that I live in the greatest mid-sized city in America. One of the reasons that we were the only mid-sized city in America to lose more than 10% of our population in the 1980s to gain population in the 1990s is because of our civic, governmental, and private leadership. People coming together to figure out what the next stages were for Chattanooga. In the 1980s, it was visioning how we could redevelop our waterfront and to make incredible strides, and we saw that happen. And then in the 2000s, one of the most important aspects of our planning was to do our smart grid across our area. 600 square miles of fiber optics that run to every home and business throughout our entire area. Over the last 5 years, we've learned a lot of lessons. I tell you what, even in the last year, it's amazing how much I've learned about what our potential is and what we can do. And the best part of it is that each and every day, I understand that this is growing more and more real for us, and that we not only see its potential, but that we see that potential developing into real action. Part of that has been through Chattanooga Forward and the development of the Enterprise Center and the work that is being done over there for an innovation district and digital equity. But a lot of that is just great work being done all around our city by people who are innovative and thoughtful and participating in a new entrepreneurial technology sector. So for us, I did an interview yesterday with a reporter who said, "Don't you want this to yourself?" He wasn't here for this conference. He just was randomly interviewing me about the gig. And he said, "You know, aren't you worried that other people are going to get this asset?" And I said, it's the opposite, right? It's the exact opposite for us. We are looking for every way possible to expand gigabit, high-speed broadband to as many communities as can possibly have it. One of those reasons is that because as Americans, we believe that this is necessary for the economic development of our future. But as Chattanoogan's, we also know that the connections that we make to other cities provide markets for us to export our products to and places for us to connect, to learn from, and to talk with about how we improve our communities. So I thank Next Century Cities again for being here today. This is a wonderful conference. We believe that our petition in front of the FCC is an important step. Cleveland should have those same opportunities in Bradley County. We should be able to partner with our friends in Marion County. This is truly an important next step for us as we grow our high-speed broadband network. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Berke.